There are certain things in our life that will not come out except through prayer and fasting. Not just prayer, but prayer and fasting. We're denying our flesh what it wants so we can get deeper into the spirit and deeper intimacy with God. And God sees that and he meets us right there. The last video I posted, I spoke about fasting, that I just came from a 40-day fast that God led me to. I got some questions, one of them being, why should we fast? We should fast because Jesus taught us how we should fast and pray. And if he's teaching us how to do something, it is because he wants us to do it. It's because he wants us to make it a part of our lives. Jesus himself fasted. And if we are followers of Christ, we should do the things that Christ did while he walked this earth, so we can be a little bit more like him every single day. Jesus fasted, Elijah fasted, Moses fasted, Daniel fasted. There are so many people mentioned in the Bible, that fasted. So evidently God wants us to fast as well. There is a story in the Bible that I keep going back to. It is in the book of Matthew chapter 17. Today I sat down on my desk before recording this. Obviously I'm recording it now. And I was just studying. I've read it so many times, but today I decided to go through so many different translations or versions of the Bible. Usually when I'm studying something and I want God to just give me more knowledge and, revelation, I go through different translations and just ask him, because without God, we can't really understand his word. And today I was just like, God, I need to understand this better, because in the book of Matthew chapter 17, Jesus was on the mountain with James, Peter, and John, I believe, and he met with Elijah and Moses. He came down from the mountain. This father came to him saying that his son is sick. He has seizures. One version said he's an epileptic, which means he has a neurological disorder. Another one said he's a lunatic, which means he has some mental illness. And I'm just Googling and, studying, and I'm like, God. But in every single version, it said Jesus rebuked the demon. I'm like, God, was he sick or was he possessed? And I'm not saying that every time we have illnesses, if we go through certain things, that it's a demon and it's an attack from the enemy. And I continued to read, and the disciples were just as curious as I am. They went to him and they were like, why couldn't we cast out the demon? And then he said to them, you of little faith, you didn't have enough faith. Not all of the versions say it, but in the New King James, I believe, and the King James, at the end of that, he said, but this can only come out by prayer and fasting. Guys, there are certain things in our life. I can tell you about my life. I can only speak for myself. I would not be where I am today without fasting.